Yeah. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, the third episode. And today we have the host of another good, great, perfect podcast here as a guest. So the host becomes the guest.
As a matter of fact, I do. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Captain Papi. I'm privileged and I'm very excited to be here. Pretty stressed out. I don't think my prowess is as good as Flamebeus and Stump. You've got some heavy hitters to start off today, and then you have me stepping in here. But nonetheless, I'm super keen to see how this goes.
So we're hoping that this quiz goes perfect. So
fingers crossed, right? So
you can go as further as possible. So
yeah.
Not much to explain. We already have 2 episodes out, so if you need to look anything up, you can look at that or the explanation video that I also have uploaded on my channel, so feel free to check that out. And we just jump into the first question.
Oh, alright, I'm really stressed out, but let's go.
First question. What type does Story Zoro have? Is it Strength? Is it Dex? Is it Quick? Or is it Psi?
Okay, here. So I think it's a pretty safe bet here since I've pulled a lot of Strawberry Zoros in my time, but I'm pretty confident we're going with Dex here.
Yeah, with Dex. I mean, we can still pull, or can we still pull strides on gold posters? I think we do. Like Story 1.
Yeah, we still can.
So you're logging in
choppers.
Dex. That
yes,
is
hopefully.
Logged in, and well, that is correct. We have Dex Malimo.
I honestly don't mind about the prizes. I just want to get the first question right. That I'm content with the rest of the show. So
okay, so you got that one right.
Awesome.
Good job.
Yes.
On to question number 2.
Well, hey.
Which Luffy has a unit in the game? Because there are not enough Luffys already. So, is it
right.
Judo Luffy, Taekwondo Luffy, Karate Luffy, or Kung Fu Luffy?
Wow. Okay, so I think the only reason I'm going to get this question correct is because of one of the goats of the subreddit Discord, Mr. Godot himself. So I'm going to lock in Kung Fu Luffy, my friend.
You're gonna lock in Kung Fu Luffy. Well, I can't really say anything about having Kung Fu Luffy on my version, but yeah, Kung Fu Luffy is correct. So,
yeah, thank you, Godot. Thank you very much for that one.
Yeah, second question correct as well, so we further along to question number 3 soon. Question is ready, so we are at question number 3 now. So, 20% done.
Thank God, we're almost there. Getting there.
Who is the first boss that you fight in the game, story-wise?
Oh my God. Okay.
So, is it Higuma, is it Luffy, is it the sea monster, or is it Shanks?
Okay, so I'm going to cut out Luffy and Shanks to start off with, because they're the units you start off with in the game. The sea monster, so we're in the first island, and I believe the sea monster is the final boss you verse when it comes to clearing the tutorial. So I'm going to take a stab in the, not a stab in the dark, but I'm going to take a good guess, and I'm gonna lock in Higuma.
You're gonna lock in Higuma as the first boss. You sure about that?
I mean, now you make me second guess myself, but but no, I think I'm pretty confident with locking in Higuma.
Okay, we're locking in red with Higuma. So yeah, Luffy, Shanks, you have them in your team. That's true, but you can still fight them. Like you can't fight units that you have in your team, but it would make much sense.
That is true.
So yeah, Luffy, Shanks isn't it, and it is indeed correct that Sea Monster is the final boss of that first Story Island, but Higuma is the first boss that you fight
Let's go!
in the game. Correct answer.
Awesome.
Third question.
Awesome.
Done. One step further to the first prize, we go with question number 4. So, which Gamma couple is not playable? So, you see what I mean with that when I reveal the question, the answer. Is it Strength Ichiji and Strength Sanji? Is it Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji? Is it Quick Ichiji and Quick Niji? Or is it Int Ichiji and Int Reiju? So we're talking about combinations here.
Oh wow. Okay. This is a tough one. So I'm fairly certain there's a quick Ichiji and a quick Niji.
Okay.
I think there was a strength Ichiji as like a TM rare recruit at some point. I'm not 100% sure on that. Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji. I know there's a Dex Yonji. Dex Ichiji though? I'm not sure. Int Ichiji and Int Reiju is the one that's like ringed to me as potentially being the one here.
Question is what is not playable. So is there no Int Reiju and no Int Reiju and no Int Ichiji?
Yeah. Because there's definitely an Int Reiju.
Yes.
There's plenty of them, but the question is there an Int Ichiji? So I'm fairly certain there's a strength one.
So strength is ruling out. So
I would be pretty confident to rule out strength.
I mean, you know who the siblings are, like what Ichiji looks like. At least
I think so. I'm trying to do the quick, because I know there's obviously a quick Niji, there's a Dex Yonji, both of those units exist. And the strength Ichiji super evolves. What color does it super evolve into? Oh wow, I don't want to use a lifeline here, but I might have to.
I mean, we can go through each of those units individually. Like, you know, the strength Ichiji, you already said that there's one you're pretty certain on that, and strength Sanji.
That's right.
Is there strength Sanji in the game?
Oh, without a doubt, plenty of them.
Okay,
so I'm gonna completely cut out the strength, I reckon.
Okay.
Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji. There is a Dex Yonji. Is there a Dex Yonji? See, now I'm second guessing myself here. That's what I do best. Fairly confident there's no quick. I'm fairly confident there is quick. So I'm pretty confident in crossing out strength and quick. So that's between Dex and Int that's got me a little kerfuffled here.
So you already said Int Reiju is there, so your question now would be on that one is then Int Ichiji.
That's right. Because I remember there was like a TM rare recruits where like Ichiji, Niji, and Yonji were all rare recruits. Like they're all boosters. But now it's a question of was Ichiji an Int rare recruit?
So now it's the only question is, was it a Dex Ichiji or an Int Ichiji? Because the other ones are quite certain, or you're quite certain of those, if I remember correctly. So Dex Yonji is there and Int Reiju is there. So now only...
I know the colors of the rare recruits were like quick, strength, and Int actually. I'm fairly certain those are the colors of the rare recruits at the time.
Okay.
So maybe it's... Oh god, I would hate to get out on this one now. I would hate to. Feeling Dex now for some reason. I don't know why.
So that would mean yellow.
Yeah.
Should I lock that in? I mean, you can still use a joker like the snail or the swap out, because I guess you know which answers I would cut out with the Shiryu.
You know what? I'm gonna... Yeah, exactly right. You've cut out the strength, the red and the blue one potentially. That'd be my guess at least, unless the computer is friendly to me. But we'll have to wait and see.
That's gambling in a gamble game.
I think I'm a gambling kind of man sometimes. You know what? I'm gonna trust the computer. I'm gonna use my. Unfortunately, I'm gonna probably use my Shiryu Joker and hope to God that the computer cuts out one of them that I wasn't too confident on.
Okay. So, we're cutting. We're using the Shiryu first.
Yeah, why not?
Down, clear. And then we're cutting out. I need to find the one. And there we go. And there we go.
Now is there a quick EKG? Am I losing my mind? No, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna lock in Dex. Full send. Lock in yellow, and if I get it wrong, I hold up my head held high, and you know at least I made a little bit of headway. I wasn't too confident coming into this, so we're gonna lock in yellow. Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji.
Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji. Okay, you're logging in. You're logging in this one. That is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I just pre-did it because that's correct. So.
Thank God. Oh.
Dex Ichiji and Dex Yonji is correct.
Okay, good. Thank God. Good use of the Shiryu there.
So we finally made it to the first question with a price there. 1 month of Discord Nitro to obtain here. So are you ready for this one?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Question is, which of the following dual unit swap ability does not boost color affinity?
Okay.
Is it Buggy Crew? Is it Sabo Ace? Is it Sabo Koala? Or is it Vivi Rebecca version 1?
Okay. Vivi Rebecca version 1 swap is a chain lock. Sabo Koala is a color affinity. Sabo Ace is color affinity, so my assumption is Buggy Crew is a color affinity, so I'm pretty confident that Vivi Rebecca's swap is a chain lock, and then also they give you a heal. I believe their special is the removes defense and then gives you a color affinity.
That's...
So I'm just gonna go. Like, if I get it wrong, so be it. The comments can shame me for it, but I'm fairly confident that Vivi Rebecca V1 is the one that does not boost color affinity, so I would like to lock in green, please.
Well, that answer came faster than on the previous question, but that happened.
Yeah,
so, we're gonna lock in green.
Oh God.
Vivi Rebecca.
Please. Please.
To be honest, I didn't know that we have both Sabo dual units, both boost color affinity.
Both color affinities, that's right.
That's just, okay, Sabo's color affinity person. Like his super type legend also boosts color affinity with a special.
Yep, he is a super type man, and so he's a color affinity man himself.
Yeah, and Koala with her treasure map legend, she boosts color affinity as well. So
also color affinity.
In the Revolutionary Army. So, without further ado, Vivi Rebecca is correct.
Let's go!
We got the first prize done.
Awesome, let's go.
Halfway done here, just 5 more questions to go.
Wonderful.
We got our first prize, and now the questions get even more difficult, so be ready for question number 6.
Let's go.
But you still have 2 jokers in case you want to use them.
I do, thankfully. Thankfully.
The question: what evolver was originally introduced with Rate Tesoro?
Interesting.
Was it the Rainbow Crab, the Rainbow Dragon, the Rainbow Lobster, or the Rainbow Penguin?
Now, like I'm pretty confident in this one again here, because I remember I was actually in Japan at the time that Rei Tesoro dropped, and I remember that obviously it's a Rainbow Evolver, but I'm fairly certain it was the Rainbow Lobster. That's where I'm leaning towards right now.
Okay.
I feel like the Rainbow Dragons existed for a long time. I feel the same with the Penguin and the Crab, but I'm fairly certain the Rainbow Lobster was what was introduced to Rei Tesoro.
Okay, so no dragon, no penguin, no crab, but lobster.
I don't think so. Like I'm fairly confident in this one, but
Okay.
then again, like I don't want to. If I get out on this question with having 2 jokers left, and I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. But
You going in, or you maybe going out confidently?
yeah, exactly right. Head held
So,
high,
We'll
chest
log
out. I'm gonna
in
go with rainbow lobster.
blue. Okay. I never
Blue.
had lobster to eat or anything like that.
Yeah,
Not that
neither
it
have I
matters
still,
for the question, but
actually.
just wanted to throw something in.
I'll eat a lobster if I get this right.
Okay, you hear it. Okay, you eat lobster if this is right. Okay.
That's right.
Well, it is not the rainbow crab, and obviously not the rainbow penguin. And I remember the days when rainbow dragons were really hard to find in the evolved.
That's right. That is very right.
They're in there for quite a while too. So rainbow lobster is correct.
Let's go! Let's
So-
go! Awesome. Oh, let's go. Oh, that's awesome.
On to question number 7, and we still have 2
Ooh.
jokers on the field that you could use. Remember, you can't use the swap joker on the last question.
Good.
How good is your knowledge about treasure map?
Oh no, I hate treasure map. But let's give it a shot.
Okay, good, because this question is about PvP. How high is the level 1 HP stat buff in PvP?
Okay.
Is it 200, 225, 250, or 275?
Okay, let me just break this down real quick before I think I'm going to probably use a joker. This is a tough question.
Okay.
I feel like it would be really weird for them to make a level 1 stat buff 225 or 275.
Okay.
It'd just be a very obscure, like it'd just be weird, like just to do.
Good.
It's definitely between 200 and 250 is my guess there.
Bunda is doing weird stuff sometimes. We know that.
That is a good point. They might be having some fun in the back ends there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. 200, 225, 250. I think I'll cut to the chase. I think I'll use my my swap question here.
You want to
think I'm
swap
too-
out the question, or
I will swap out the question, please.
okay, we're gonna do that, and we're using the switch joker and swap out the question. Question has been swapped, and now we have another question rating 7, and this question is submitted by Subconsci. So thanks for that, Subconsci.
Subconsci.
We have a Subconsci question here. So,
It's gonna be a hard one.
into what does Charlotte probably need special? Shuffle the orbs on the left column. Order top to bottom. Is
Wow.
it strength dex psi? Is it dex strength psi? Is it dex psi strength? Or is it psi strength dex?
Subconsci, you haven't done me any favors here, unfortunately, which is a right old shame.
Good old Jim Baby 2
Okay.
times. Right.
Yes, that's where like my head is kind of at the moment. I feel like the whole probably purpose of this is that you want to be running like a V2 Jinbei friend captain here, so potentially you're going to be wanting to have Dex as the first orb that you're gonna
Okay.
that you're gonna want at the very top there.
It's still bothering me that the last ambush that we had was for that batch. Like, Invasion Sengoku
Yeah.
was for that. And it's still
Yeah.
the used one. Okay.
Size, strength, or Dex, strength, and size.
So you're leaning to yellow and blue there.
That's kind of where my head's at the moment.
Okay.
Right now.
I mean,
I just think it'd be really weird to have like a Jinbei friend captain and give him a strength orb as like a non-matching orb. But then again, like V2 Jinbei as well. So
I mean, you need all orbs
yeah.
for full Dex Jinbei.
exactly right. So I don't think it matters too much overall. God, I would hate to also use the snail as well here.
You want to save that
That's
for
a
the
tough
next one.
question. That's my plan. Ideally, that would be the plan here. My glasses are off. I'm having to think about this real quick.
Okay, take your time.
This is a tough question. This is... So I know she's a fantastic rare recruit. She has some defensive shenanigans. She's removing debuffs here and there. I've never really looked at her... I've never really considered her orb shuffle, though.
Yeah. Right.
I don't really... That's what I'm thinking about at the end of the day. I'm thinking about what does she remove. Thanks. I think I'm leaning towards Dex Strength and Psi.
Okay. Should I lock that in?
But I'm like, So I feel like it would be akin to V2 Jinbei's captain ability, which I believe is Dex Strength and Psi characters.
I mean,
but his attack boost requires you to have all orbs or whatever.
Yeah.
And all colored orbs.
Isn't it that you get a higher attack boost if you have all of those? Or is it like really you only get an attack boost with all? I'm not quite sure on that one right now.
Yeah, something along those lines.
But yeah.
Oh god, this is a toughie here. I should have kept the. Thinking about it now, I definitely should have kept the PvP question and just taken a stab at it because this is a toughie. Subconsi hasn't done me any favors here, to say the least.
Well.
Wow, okay. I need to make a decision.
So either yellow, like your first gut telling, or
my
blue.
My gut feeling is yellow.
Okay.
But I would hate myself if it was strength dex or Psi, or it's like Psi strength dex.
So you're questioning your gut, that's usually none. So cool.
Not a positive thing to do, right? I think I'm just gonna look, same thing I've done with every question. I've had my held up high. If we don't get to use the phone a friend, then I mean, so be it, I suppose. But I think I'm just gonna lock in Dex, Strength, and Psi. I'm sure the viewers at home are punching their monitors if I'm gonna get this wrong. But
I mean, the viewers can check
Dex,
it if they
want. They do have the power to do so, right?
Yeah.
I will lock in Dex, Strength, and Psi, please.
So we're logging in Dex, Strength, and Psi. Okay, move on. Whew. Yeah, indeed. This is a bit of a tougher one, and
meanie.
Well, Jinbei needs all those colors: Strength, Dex, and Psi.
He does.
And all of those answers involve that. And yeah, it is Dex for the friend captain. And with Aladdin, I think you get the other ones on the right side.
I believe so. And
the good old limited recruit Hody was in there, and he wasn't quite working with it because he needed another orb, I think. So
he might need a recovery orb actually as well.
Yeah, it was about the recovery and the Denden orb, I think. Like one needed a recovery and one needed a Denden, which was stupid.
I believe
but, yeah, whatever.
Good legend.
So, is it Dex Strength Psi now, or is it Dex Psi Strength? Was you got right or was it wrong?
Please, God.
You will find out now. It was right.
Oh,
Dex,
let's
Strength,
go.
And Psi is the correct answer. You mastered the Subconsi question.
That's a thank you, Subconsi, for that. That's a great question. Thank you, Subconsi, for that one. Oh wow.
So we're at the 8th question, which would give you $50 if you answer it correctly, and you still have your transponder snail, aka telephone joker, to ask someone for help on this one. So we have the question: who was the first 4 times attack boosting captain in the game? Was it Log Luffy? Was it Doflamingo V2? Was it Mr. 4? Or was it Treasure Map Crocodile?
Okay. I'm moving towards Log Luffy or Mr. 4. So I remember Mr. 4 had a similar. He had a similar good, great, perfect style captain ability
that
gave him like a. Yeah.
You like that good, great, perfect?
Yeah, like shout out to those guys. But like, I think Doflamingo V2 is a little later down the line, so I feel like we already had 4X plus captains before V2 Doflamingo's released.
Okay.
Same as TM Croc was a little later down the line, I feel like.
Kind of.
So I think it's between Log Luffy and Mr. 4. So now it's a matter of who came first, Mr. 4 or Log Luffy? Who came first? It's a tough question here.
Yes, indeed.
I remember Mr. 4 had a really weird captain ability, where it was like if you hit like a particular order of like hits, you'd get a high captain multiplier, and it was like one of the first in the game. But did it come out before Log Luffy is the question. So I think Log Luffy is also in the same boat where if you hit that combination there as well, you could also get the boost too.
So you're already at the point where you're quite certain that both of those require the 4 times attack captain ability, but it's
I
just
believe
about
so.
who was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm pretty confident in that front there.
Do you know at what time Log Luffy or the first legend got released? Like maybe you can go by that. Story and
I guess it depends on when the Alabasta like story island came out in comparison to Log Luffy's release. That's kind of where my brain's kind of at. Like I don't know if Alabasta was already in the game before Log Luffy released. Like I would lean more towards Mr. 4 for some reason. But I feel like knowing you and the way you sometimes do questions on this show, there's always a question relating to something to do with the person that's on the show as well. Flame had a pudding related question. I think Log Luffy kind of corresponds to the podcast related question. I don't know if that's what you're trying to play with my mind here a little bit. So.
You already said that Mr. 4 had a similar good, great, perfect
that is true. That is a fantastic point.
So we're just going about who is good, great, perfect. Like
who really is good, great, perfect?
Who was the first
more
one?
Of it? Yeah, who is the first one? We might have to rebrand the podcast if I get this wrong, to be honest with you.
You need to change the icon. Maybe.
I think...
I mean...
Like, I really want to say Mr. 4. I really want to say Mr. 4.
Okay. Should I lock that in?
I don't know.
I mean, just saying you really want to doesn't mean you're logging it in. So I'm asking. I mean, maybe we had those guts answers in previous questions.
But I think I've gotten too lucky with those questions now. Like, surely at some point the gut feeling is going to be incorrect here. Log Luffy or Mr. 4. That's what I'm confident with. I think I'm gonna use the ring. I reckon. I think just to be sure, just to have a chat with someone and see where their heads at with this question here.
Okay, so you're chatting with them and not calling them, or just so we know?
I will give them a call. I will try to give them a call now.
Okay, so we're clearing out the snail one, and you do the call.
Alright, Todd.
Yes.
So we'll wait for Mr. Mario. You all good to record, Mario?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good? Okay, Todd. I have used my snail. I am on the 8th question.
Okay.
I'm sure you can see it on the screen, but the question is, who was the first 4X attack boosting captain in the game? Was it Log Luffy, V2 Doflamingo, Mr. 4, or TM Croc? So my brain immediately is Log Luffy or Mr. 4. That's where my head's at. Because I think Doflamingo, Croc are way later down the line.
I'm exactly with you on that one. It's either Log Luffy or it's Mr. 4. I know, because they're both, I think Mr. 4, isn't he? Like, you hit like a certain amount of goods, then you get a 4 times boost or something.
I think it's like that. And obviously, Log Luffy, GGP.
It's a matter of which one came out first.
Yeah, that's my question. That's what I was pondering the whole time. So I think, because like, the question is, did the Alabasta Islands come out before Log Luffy was released? That's my question.
Oh damn, dude.
I got you in on a hard one if I'm being real with you.
No, but that's exactly what we're here for. Yeah, it is literally a coin flip, and I can't recall anything that would signify which one came out first.
My hunch is Mr. 4.
That I am leaning more to Mr. 4 just due to the fact that because Alabasta was so early in the game.
Yeah,
I feel like. Oh, but then again, Mr. 4 probably wasn't until one of the last story islands.
That's where my concern is.
In that saga. And I think by then Log Luffy might have been out.
So I know Log Luffy, like, Outfit 1 came out super early. And obviously there was the second, like, outfit choice of him. But I think Mr. 4, like, I'm pretty like I think Mr. 4 purely because like I feel like Log Luffy, like, when did Log Luffy come out on JP? He wasn't at any celebration, I don't think.
No, Log Luffy on Japan. I actually don't know when he came out on Japan. I only know when he came out on Global, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess that's when did he come out on Global in comparison then?
Well, Global for Global Treasure Cruise, Log Luffy came out. Well, he came out way. No, he didn't come out way later. No, he came out. Was it after Ace? Stronghold Ace? No, Ace came out later for Global. Would have been after Shanks. No, yeah, because Ace came out for Global's anniversary with V1 Mihawk for the first anniversary. Yeah. And Shanks came out prior to that. He was the Merry Christmas Sugo Fest. And Log Luffy was before that. But when did Alabasta get released?
That's the question. I'm like 85-90% confident it's Mr. 4. I don't know why, I just have this hunch.
I think it's probably best to just go with your hunch then, to be honest, because
send it.
Go Mr. 4.
This whole time I've told Mr. Mario over here, I've answered every question in my head held high, expecting it to get it wrong, but we're here now. So we're gonna lock in blue Mr. 4, please.
Okay, so we're logging in.
Come on.
Blue. So Log Luffy has the ID number of 578 or 577.
That's early.
By the other one. Mr. 4 and the Sue the Dark Gun, who actually have the 4 times attack boosting captain ability after hitting 5 perfects.
5 perfects, that's right.
They have the number.
Oh no.
398.
Let's
so Mr. 4 is correct.
Go, man. Oh my god, let's go.
Congrats. Okay, wish you the best of luck for the rest of
your journey. Shout out Toadskii. Thank you, Todd.
Good luck.
For hopping in. Alright, thank you.
So, we are at question number 9. Do you have the $50 sacked in? You got that one right, so only one more question until the final one, and
here we go.
You have no jokers left anymore, so only your gut now and you.
Hey, the gut's been doing alright so far, so hopefully we can keep going on.
Indeed. Question number 9. Yeah. How many enemies are there to defeat in the Mihawk Forest?
Oh my god.
Here's it.
Alright,
60, 61, 62, or 69.
Nice.
Yeah, well, hey. The sad part is that 69 could be correct here.
That is correct.
So I'm assuming it means from stage 1, obviously, to stage 20.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Been a while since I've played Mihawk Forest.
Oh yeah, I haven't touched that in 4 years. 5 years maybe. 6 even at that too, so it's been a hot minute.
But I had to redo it for this question. So
that would have been so torturous for you to have to play. If you missed one, oh no. I have to go back and rerun it now. How many enemies are there to defeat in the Mihawk Forest? 60, 61, 62, or 69? 20 stages. So obviously, we're averaging, that means about 3 enemies per stage. All I remember is that there's a stage where the 5 straw hats are there. I remember that quite vividly. I remember, obviously, there's the final stage with our best friend, Mihawk.
Well, that would average at 3 again.
Yes, exactly right, which is very annoying. But it's also like, what about this? Like, stages 1 to 10 are so irrelevant for the majority of these islands.
Yeah, but you have
like,
to beat them.
That's, I know, the sad part is that, like, they're so irrelevant because they're just, like, fodder and stalling, but...
And they introduce some new mechanics sometimes.
That is true, that is true. That was, I believe Mihawk was the first training forest, so probably it introduced a lot of unique mechanics there as well.
Probably disband bind, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That would make sense.
Just on the top of my head, I remember Big Man Force with Burn, I think.
Yes, that is also correct. That's a very good point there. 60, 61, 62, 69. Wow. I see, like, now I have no gut feeling on this question at all, because I don't even have a hunch. And this is a great question, mind you. So I think that this is not something you think about, but again, it is OPTC trivia to say the least.
Well, you don't have to know it to play the game, but it's some nice knowledge.
But it is still knowledge that you have nonetheless, so... Okay. 60, 61, 62, 69. For some reason, I'm trying to play, like, the forest in my head, and I'm like, that's impossible. I don't remember the entire... The only person I know that would remember this is probably Nightmare JP. He'd probably have a good idea of how many enemies there are. That guy was a wizard at the forest, but, you know, obviously we've wasted our snail on Todd, but, I mean, hey, he got us through to the next question, so...
So I wouldn't call it a waste, then.
No, not at all. 60, 61, 62. Like... Okay, back onto the gut feeling as we've done for a lot of our process here. 61 is ringing to me purely because I feel like it might be one of those things where there's been 60 enemies and then on the 20th stage it's just Mihawk, which takes you over to 61. Although I could be completely wrong there. But I feel like an even number like 60 would be nice, but I don't see it. 69, I mean, like, again, very possible, but I also feel like it's a... That would be very nice indeed, quintessential there. You know what, Mr. Mario, Mr. Bellionaire himself, I'm gonna just, you know, do the audience a favor. Enough rambling going. We're just gonna lock in 61, please. And so that is yellow.
61 yellow.
Lock it in, please.
Okay. So, just to go around here, we have the answers here. Sadly, 69 is not correct. Would have been nice.
Oh man,
but,
it would have been nice.
I added it in there just because.
Because it still could be correct at that too, you just never know.
And the average 3 is, I mean, quite obvious with 60, 61 and 62 as the remaining ones.
That's right.
It's not 62. Because that's another odd number out. So was Bandai generous and gave us an even number?
Even
60?
number or
that would be cool. Or is your thinking correct in this case with 61 because Mihawk is the last one and he adds the extra one?
That is right.
We're gonna go and give you the answer. Bandai was nice. And made it 60.
Man, oh, that's a shame. Wow, for once, Bandai, clean number, eh? But there it is, 60.
We have a clean number. You have 8 correct answers
on this
quest. So, great job on doing that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me today. It's been a wonderful experience, to say the least. You're doing a fantastic job with the show you're performing right now. So I think people should make sure that they watch, they like, they subscribe, you know, and support you in every way they possibly can.
Well, I don't have to add anything to that other than check out the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. They're doing some off-topic podcasts now too, so check that out even if you don't play OPTC anymore, for whatever reason. It's still entertaining to check the podcast there. They have great people on there, and with that being said, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Alright, thanks guys.